All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Thursday, March 6th, set today by Brummy. Let's see what our friend from Birmingham has for us. Grand Ball test for sexism. Well, grand, G, K, or M. Ball might be an O. And then test, we sometimes see oral. A try, maybe? G-O, try, M-O, try. Oh, sexism might be a form of bigotry. Is it bi? Oh no, it's big. Grand is big, then our ring, and then our try. And I suppose the question mark indicates that, well, sexism is an example of one form of the answer. I'm surprised youth hostels in stream. I think it might be a phrase you would say when you're surprised, like, well, I presume it's going to be by. Ah, well, I was thinking youth hostel. Maybe you can abbreviate to YH and thinking what could that be? Oh, by heck. And a stream can be a beck. All right, loosely built, band, unprofessional, no heart. I think the definition might be loosely built. And then a band, we'll start with a word for band. Could be group. Unprofessional, maybe a word for unprofessional without its inner letter. Don't see it. A painful digital device from Tom's gang. Oh, it's a long one, isn't it? Could it be painful? And then digital device, like a mobile or I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. All right, that's better. Who is Tom's gang? What's that in reference to? Tom Cruise? Oh, Cruise. Crew. Um, gang. No, I don't see it. Plant that tastes awful, not quite with calcium. Well, I looked at the Y and I thought of yucca as a plant. So it's yuck for awful, but not quite. We drop the K, and then calcium is Ca. All right, dire son following Norm Reed. I don't know if there is somebody called Norm Reed, but I think we're being thrown off with the capital N. I think it might be a word for norm, like the average or mean, maybe. Yeah, maybe the definition is read. Oh, dire son. It might be an anagram of son that follows a word for norm. But yeah, I don't see it. Let's try these downs. Manipulative type. Elevated darling protected by aristocrat. All right, I think the definition is manipulative type. And we've seen before where that might be misleading. It could be somebody like an osteopath. Elevated darling sounds like a reversal in a down clue, a word for darling. And that's going to be surrounded by a word for aristocrat. Let me just put in osteopath and see what is the aristocrat there. Darling is almost a pet if it didn't have that O in the middle of it. No, I don't think it's that. So maybe it is an actual person who tries to manipulate you. Yeah, but I don't see it. Ooh, this is a two-parter. Music genre expert finally achieving pitch. I think it must be a music genre expert. Finally, surely a T. And then achieving pitch. Well, pitch could be a football field. It could be tar. Could be pitch black. Ooh, it could be pitch as in leaning. Yeah, I didn't realize pitch had so many meanings. All right, flare up when away on holiday. No, society creep, one with a bad hand. Yeah, I don't know what the definition is there. All right, back to the crosses. Religious adherent back at university. Could the definition be religious, not holy, but an adherent back sounds like we reverse the word for adherent. And then at university, could it end in a, oh, it could end in a U, of course. Hindu, I think. Well, I don't see how that works. No, I'm not. Other than a religious adherent could be a Hindu. Back at. Oh, the back is the hind, of course. Hindquarters back. There we go. Electrical store, vehicle carrying CIA top bananas. Oh, bananas, immediately think of an anagram. I'm thinking it might be an electrical store, which would be a capacitor. If you ever take the back off it, well, certainly an old-fashioned television, I don't know about the newer ones, but probably them as well, you have to be careful because the capacitor can store a lot of electricity even when it's been plugged out for a while. So I think the vehicle is a car and it carries an anagram of CIA top. All right. Determined to correct bad article. Wow, I'm thinking determined must be the definition. Oh yeah, bad article does have 10 letters and it includes a C and an A. So what is that? Oh, I think it might be calibrated. So it's not the determined I was thinking, of course, from the surface reading. But I suppose if you calculated, maybe you calibrated or determined. And I think that is everything, all the letters from bad article. All right, let's go back to our loosely built, oh, gangly maybe. A band is a gang. And then unprofessional is lay without the middle A. Well, here's painful. Ooh, painful digital device. Ah, very good. Literal description of a thumb screw and Tom Thumb, his crew. So I was on the right lines with Tom Cruise and crew. All right, peak seats quite near to the stage. Yeah, I don't get that at all. All right, he's reached out to embrace the first and last storyteller. Is it going to be a storyteller, maybe the name of an author? Or is the definition he's reached out? No, a boring thing. Nat fatuously pursuing Sabrina. Is that Sabrina the Teenage Witch or Sabrina Carpenter? Look at me, up to date on modern music. Or the film Sabrina. I'm thinking it's going to be a boring thing, as in something from carpentry, something all or AWL or something bit. Nat fatuously. Is that an anagram of Nat? But Nat and Sabrina together don't give us enough letters. Also, there's an E there that isn't in Nat or Sabrina. Oh, maybe it is a carpenter. Oh, it's a carpenter ant. Ah, all right. Well, there it does pay off to be up to date with music. Uh, Very good. Bomb container, seems like a double definition. Now, bomb doesn't have to be an explosive device. It could be the verb to bomb. But I don't see it. Indulgent, dip supplied by unreliable enterprise hit hospital. Ah, hospital is usually part of wordplay representing the letter H. So then is the definition indulgent? No. Bar put under former princess court. Well, former can be ex, and princess is often die. Oh, put under, of course, could be in a medical sense, like sedated. And then court could be the verb to court, to woo. Or, oh, it could be CT. Oh, I do like DICT as a, yes. I think interdite. I think I've heard of interdiction. Um, Put under former. Extradite? No, to bar. I think to bar is to interdict. Let me pause and look up that word. Yes, it does mean to prohibit. And of course, now I realize you have to read the first five letters as inter, to bury or to put under. All right. Cast, get outside in shade. Well, other than umbra has come up recently as for shade. A cast can be shy. Get outside in. No, I don't see it. Now let's finish the acrosses. Element of greeting, left out by commander. Well, greeting is often high. I wonder if it's an element. We have to think of a word for a commander and remove HI, but I can't think what that would be. Husband underperforming, start of deep division. Well, again, husband, I think H. Underperforming. Yeah, and then maybe the definition is start of deep division, but I don't know what that would be. And then what's another word for underperforming? I don't see it. All right, let's go to the Downs. Foreign consulate at New City of Australia. Is it a city of Australia? It's a funny way to phrase it. Foreign consulate at New. Yeah, I think there are old-fashioned words maybe for a foreign consulate. New city of. So what is an Australian city that might fit that? Can't think of any at the moment. All right, tubular operation is our next resort. Well, resort could be resort. So could it be an anagram of is our next? And I'm thinking it would end in, we only have one T, but I am thinking it might be ION and probably beginning with EXT, tubular. Oh, I think extrusion, yes. I suppose squeezing something out of a tube is a tubular operation, extrusion. Our eyes out, wayward, historic, St. Louis's people. Oh, where is St. Louis? Yeah, I think that's putting us off. I think there is a Scottish island, Lewis, isn't there? Of course, Wayward Islands. But our eyes out sounds like an anagram of our eyes, but then wayward, maybe we anagram all of our eyes out. And then historic saint. And Lewis's people might be the definition. Who are Lewis's people? The Carrolls? No. Before the birth of China, right, Etna erupted internally. Well, I was just thinking China is often wordplay from rhyming slang, a china plate, a mate, or a friend. So then before the birth could be the definition, and I thought of prenatal. So I think we do have pal and R for right and Etna, and all of those erupted. I'm not sure what internally. Oh, before the so China. So I think it's saying China, the pal goes on the outside, and then right Etna erupts or is anagrammed internal to the pal. All right, collect a jazz pianist. Oh, I think it is going to be a jazz pianist, and maybe their name means collect or collect plus a. Oh, Earl Hines, Oscar Peterson, Bill Evans, so many. Cedar Walton. I don't know who's well known enough to merit being included in The Guardian. Crosswords, Thelonious Monk. No, I think I need another letter for that. Scold, Democrat, sharp. I think Democrat is going to be D. So either it comes after a word for scold and means sharp, which could be acidic. Oh no, acidic doesn't end in D. R comes before a word for sharp and means scold. And when a scold can be a noun, a person who nags or scolds. No, how about macho bar chain? Yeah, I don't get that. This was the music genre. Oh, we have a couple of letters. It could be something rock. Can it be prog rock? Expert, finally achieving pitch. Oh, trad jazz? Oh no, let's see. New Jack Swing. No, I think it must be something rock. Let me put in prog rock and see if I can make sense of it. Finally achieving pitch. No, let's try this element of greeting and see if the G looks likely. Not at the moment. Oh, except an element. Halogen. Oh. Ah. Yes. So greeting is hello with the HA spelling, but then we drop an L left out. And then the commander is a general. Ah, so maybe prog rock is right. Let me just make a note of that to check it at 15 squared at the end. And dire sun following norm read. Maybe it means dire. And an S for sun goes after norm. It does seem like either way we're going to have something for norm first. Could it be an anagram of sun plus norm? Well, no, because the following doesn't make sense then. All right, how about our manipulative type? Elevated. Oh, I'm wondering if I was going to say, can the aristocrat be a peer? But then we would probably have something like that. And then what would darling be? Would end in the P, I think. And this would, oh, dire could be parlous. Ah, norm is par. And then LOUS. So the S is the sun. Ah, Lou Reed, oh my, how? Yeah, I mean, if there's one musical artist I followed, certainly when I was younger, it was Lou Reed. It was just his birthday earlier this week. Yes, of course. Oh, that's nice to see Lou get a mention in the Guardian crossword. Yeah, so I'm happy with that. Oh, so this is then manipulative type. Oh, how about a puppeteer? Ah, so literally, I suppose. I suppose also figuratively could be a manipulator. So it is peer. And what is darling? Oh, elevated is up. Ah, and darling is pet. Ah, it was pet. But it's not reversed as I thought it was going to be. All right. All right, flare up. Ooh, I'm wondering if it could be an outward. Yes, if you're away from your house, you are out, and then that goes on a holiday, and it's going to mean a flare up, not an outburst, outrage, don't see it. Oh, society, of course, can be the letter S. I forgot that. As in the abbreviation of the Royal Society for whatever. Creep could then be a verb that means creep. And then one with a bad hand. Is it literally with a bad hand or a poker player with a bad hand? Somebody who is a bad farm worker? No, I don't see it. All right, he's reached out to embrace the first and last. He's reached out. It could be somebody who has reached out in communications to you. I'm thinking of some ACC word, accelerator, or he's reached achiever. No. All right. Oh, here's my people. I presume that's going to be some nationality. Oh, Scottish would be nice. Although R is probably going to have an R in it. Wayward. Oh, no, I think it's an anagram of historic ST. Yeah, and we take out the RIS. And so then I think it is Scottish. And then Lewis's people, I think it might be referring to that island, that they are Scottish. I don't think it's a particular Lewis, but we'll check at 15 squared. All right, bomb container. Yeah, I think it is. If something doesn't go well, it bombs or it tanks, and a tank can be a big container, a tankard or tanker. All right, indulgent dip. Oh, we've seen where supply can be read as supply, meaning you anagram it. I'm wondering if supplied can be supplied. I don't think so. There's no such word in English, right? But unreliable enterprise. Enterprise can be company, CO, or firm. Oh, maybe it's an indulgent dip, as in indulgent, very rich, like an indulgent chocolates. Ooh, like a butter something, melted butter. Ooh, um, unreliable. Enterprise. I'm wondering if it's as something bath, where hit is bat and then H. I have a feeling there is in cooking some kind of bath you can put things in, but I may be dreaming that. All right, where to go? Oh yeah, nothing new on that one. Let me try and finish the top right, and I'm going to pause, finish my coffee, and think about a flare up. Oh, it might be a medical flare-up. Let me think of that. Yes, that's exactly what it is. An outbreak. Break, take a holiday. All right, peak. Seats quite near to the stage. I'm wondering if it could be a triple definition, a word for peak, or at least a double, and then seats quite near to the stage. Well, there's the opera or the orchestra pit. Um, Peak. No, I don't get it. All right, here's our society creep, one with a bad hand. Yeah, I think the definition must be one with a bad hand. Let me pause and think about that. I was just again thinking about the meaning of a bad hand, and it can mean, and I think we've seen this before, bad handwriting. And so I was thinking, oh, scribbler, but no, I think it's scrawler, somebody who scrawls, and a creep, I suppose, could be a crawler, again, literally or metaphorically. All right, so now our peak. Oh, seats quite near to the stage. I think it might be something row. The peak could be the brow. I was going to say the prow of a ship, but I think it's the brow of a hill. And if you're in the B row, you are quite near to the stage. That's clever. I like that one. All right, nothing really new here. He's reached out. SCH. I still like ACC, but so what would the wordplay be then? Embrace the first and last. Could that just simply be A and Z? And then a storyteller at the end. Maybe he's reached is anagrammed. Ah, of course, to embrace. Oh, maybe to embrace THE first and last, an extra T and an E. Let's see, reached is 7, 8, 9, 10 plus T and E. All right, let's try this. Yeah, I should have seen that wordplay much sooner, and it's going to be a storyteller. Oh, it's, is it Scheherazade? No. Oh, I think it is, because I think it is the first and last is A and Z. Now, can I spell Scheherazade? Oh, yeah. Her, Sheher. I think it's an E there, Zad. Rimsky-Korsakov, I think. Let's check that one. I may have one of those vowels wrong. Yeah. Let's try that. There we go. All right. All right. Here's our foreign consulate at New City of Australia. Maybe it means foreign, and it might be a foreign nationality or just foreign in general. Consulate. New City. No. Here's our indulgent dip. Unreliable. What's unreliable? No, don't have any for that. Art that, art that. Oh dear. All right, let me pause and think about my macho bar chain. All right, I think I've got this by looking at the crosser here, thinking, well, this could start with H. And I realize, by the way, start of deep could be a D, so maybe it's an H here and then a D there, which actually would go along with 5-letter word for scold, then D for Democrat, and it's going to mean sharp. I don't have that yet, but then looking at this, I thought, oh, butch could be macho in certain sense of the word. And so bar is butt, and chain is abbreviated to CH. I wonder if that's from the old measure a chain, measure of length, I think. So we will take a look at 15 squared for that. Oh, that makes our indulgent dip very interesting. Oh, yeah, maybe I'm thinking of food, of course, but now I'm thinking, yeah, of course. I suppose a very indulgent way to bathe would be in a bubble bath. So an unreliable enterprise is a bubble. Ah, yeah, like the South Sea bubble, was that one? And then hit, sure enough, is bat and hospital is H. Ah, I'm glad to see that. Ooh, so now our scold, Democrat. Well, there is chide. And chided, I would have thought, is just the past tense of chide. But maybe it has a different meaning. Yeah, I think because of the time, I'm going to go ahead and put that in. Let's check it. No. Oh dear. Ooh. All right. And I learned it isn't an ED word, which actually makes sense. So scold. Yeah, let me pause and think of another word for scold. Ah, yes. I did say earlier a scold can be a noun, and I suppose maybe as in the taming of the shrew, and then our D for Democrat. And if you're sharp, yeah, again, I was thinking of the wrong sense of that word. Anyway, I also, though, while I was paused, glanced over here, and I thought, oh, well, division can be a division of land, and I am familiar with this term 100. Don't exactly know what it means, but I suppose it was maybe when they divided land into hundredths. That's my guess. We'll check that as well. But it's underperforming is an anagram of under between the H and the D. All right. Ooh, we're now getting in some letters for our Australian clue, which may have nothing to do with Australia. In fact, I am thinking it might be some nationality ending in IAN. Oh, maybe, or maybe it's an adjective for of Australia. Antipodean. No. At New City. No. Here's our cast. Get outside. I find it very hard to parse this one. Is it a word for cast with something for get outside of it? And then that means shade. Yeah. I don't think we've had a hidden clue yet today, but I don't think it's hidden. I did say ombre, but it could be the French ombre. Isn't that also meaning a shading? But how is that cast or? No, get outside. No, I don't think it's that. Oh yeah, if it is beginning with an I in shade, like throwing shade, or oh, it could be a color, a shade of, yeah, some color. Now let me take a look at my collect a jazz pianist. I should know. Well, collect could be gather, but how is that a jazz pianist? Let me type it in just to take a look. I don't know of any jazz pianist called Gather. No. Who else could that be? Oh, Fats Waller? Was he jazz though? And anyway, how's Collect Waller? Let me pause and run through the alphabet for the first letter. All right, I had to go to Merriam-Webster. Of course, it is Earl Garner. I said Earl, but the other Earl, one of the other Earls. All right, that's a good one. Ooh, a shade could be a tinge, but I don't see. Yeah, how cast. Get outside. Oh, other than the last letter of cast is a T and the first two of get are a TE, or sorry, GE, and if you put the in inside them, or if they're outside in, I think maybe it is tinge. That if that is the right way to read it, I think that's a very elaborate way of parsing that. Well, let's go ahead and check it. It is right. Yeah, I'm going to be very interested to see if it's a hidden clue plus an insertion. Yeah, there's really nothing I think to tell you that. All right, so let's see. Oh, maybe it's the inhabitant of a particular city or state of Australia. Let me pause. Well, I had to go to wordplays.com for this one, and I'm not ashamed. I'm glad I did because it's somewhere called Launceston, which is a city of Tasmania. And I think it's just an anagram of consulate at. And so I think then the definition must be new city of Australia. Not 100% sure on that. All right, have I finished everything? Yes, no, I haven't checked everything, so let's see how that goes. Looks all right to me. All right, let's go over. Oh, did we have a pangram? We had a Z and a W. But I didn't see a J. Oh, we have an X. It seems to be close to a pangram, but I don't think we had a Q either. All right, let's go over to 15 squared. All right, the blog today is by Andrew. Brummy has been very productive. Yeah, I felt like we've seen a lot of Brummy this year, all right. He thought it was straightforward, didn't see any theme. All right, I think there was only one across I didn't quite get. That was 26. Sure enough, it is in get with the asterisk. What does the asterisk mean? Oh, Yeah, I was saying a very complicated way. Yes, it's just an anagram of get, and you have to cast it. That's the anagram indicator. And that goes outside the word in, or in goes inside the anagram of get, of course. Hundreds are an old administrative division. Yeah, I think I have heard of those Chiltern hundreds, even though I don't know what they are. And then the Downs, I think it was when we get to, well, Launceston. So consulate is anagram, so foreign plus new, N. So it's just a city of Australia. Oh, named after a town in Cornwall. Scottish, yeah, historic ST less RI, referring to the Isle of Lewis. All right. Butch is but, yeah. And then prog rock. Pro is expert. And achieving finally is a G. And if you pitch something, I suppose you push it over, you rock it. Funny, I wrote down 28. Was the H plus under. Yeah, I suppose that one. All right, nicely crafted, solid solve. Top notch from Brummy. Great to see Sabrina Carpenter and Lou Reed together at last. Yeah, and I think a few people had the spelling problem with Scheherazade. Not surprised, not an easy one. All right, well, I did enjoy that and really nothing to complain about. There was one thing I thought I was complaining about, but I completely misunderstood it as usual. Anyway, thanks as always for watching and have a great day.